with REVO Ride Share, the founder of REVO Ride Share. I just want to take a couple minutes, and someone invited you on to find out what everyone is so excited about when it comes to our rideshare platform. Now, I'm just going to really briefly go through this today. I'm not going to get into all the semantics and all the details, but my goal is just to kind of give you an overview so that you understand that REVO is different. REVO stands for revolution, and the reason why it was created was to put drivers back in control. We want to pay them more, and we want to offer our clients, which are our riders, a better value. Now, we're not just another rideshare company that's going to come along and try to do things. I don't want to be the biggest. I want to be the best. I want to give our drivers that work with us the most money. I want to make sure that they understand how they can earn more money. And we're the future of FAIR, F-A-I-R, not F-A-R-E. A lot of the companies that are out there, there's problems with them. And I'm going to let you hear from our CEO and someone I'm very fond of, and someone that has done enormous things and is brought on to help us take this company to a whole nother level. But he and I have talked about the problems and what goes on with Uber and Lyft. And I just want to run through those, and I'm going to go through them quickly. You know, many drivers, they earn less than 50% of the fare with these other companies. They have no control over pricing. So just so you understand, with our company, a lot of these things are going to be taken care of, and I'll share with you. On these other companies, there's little to no loyalty from riders. How many of you have ever had a customer get in your car and they loved you, but they never had a way to get with you again unless you gave them your own business card and told them to come outside of the platform? And guess what? If they go outside of the platform, you're not covered by insurance and those type of things. We want to work with you so that you are taken care of, but also that the company can work together and not against our drivers. Now, a lot of companies, they have poor customer service. You only get paid. That right now, this one is very important to me. You only get paid when you drive. I dealt in a car with an Uber, a lady a couple weeks ago, about a month ago, and she told me she works 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and she does it because she needs to support her 5-year-old child. And that was just heartbreaking to me. So I put together a way so that you can also get paid when you're not driving, not only when you're driving. Now, a lot of these other companies, they have hidden fees and low transparency. We want to take care of those things. REVO, we try to solve those problems. Now, a driver can keep up to 80% of each fare. Now, are there fees involved? Yes, but are we going to make those transparent? You're going to know about them. What amount of money goes to insurance? Absolutely. Now, with our drivers can either use the default setting on the pricing, or they can set their own pricing. We give you the ability to set your own pricing. What if you want to have a customer that you've been dealing with over and over, and you want to have a flat rate for that customer? With other companies, you can't do that. With REVO, you can. Now, you get to build your own loyal client base. From day one, if you send someone a link that has your app and everything, information on it, not only, even if you don't send it to them, if that customer goes on the app and they look up your name, they can use you as their driver every single time. How many of you think being able to have a customer be able to find you and use you over and over will build loyalty, will build it so that they want to tip you more? That is one of the things that two of the things that we give out that most people don't. The drivers set their own price and give you the ability to, but on top of that, being able to have customers come to you over and over and over, that does so much for your business. Transparent pay and easy tracking. We have everything set up in our back office so that you can track the pay, you can track your rides, you can refer customers, you can refer drivers, and I'll get into that. Now, you get paid on rides where you don't drive with us. With other companies, you don't do that. And I'll explain how that works in just a minute. But you can refer customers and drivers to us. And whether they do a ride with you, a customer does a ride with you or not, you have the ability to get paid. You can refer drivers all over the country. And every time they do a ride, you're going to be able to get paid on that. I told you already, transparent costs such as insurance. We make it so that you see what those fees really are, not what made up fees a lot of companies put out there. I'm going to go through the comp plan very quickly. Up to $80. You're going to keep up to 70. You're going to keep 70% of that fare. Now, will there be insurance costs related in there? Yes, but those costs will be upfront. they'll be honest, and those insurance costs are going to only apply to when you are on your way to pick up a ride and when you have that customer in the car. And we're going to show you what those fees are. We're not going to hide them from you. So you're going to get up to 70% on the fare, on any fare up to $80. Now, if it goes over $80, we're going to raise that percentage to 80%. You're going to get 80% minus whatever the insurance cost is on each ride. Now, you also have the ability, I told you can get paid whether you're driving or not. Now, some of you see, oh, well, you got 70%, but you're going to take insurance costs out of it. A way to offset that is to bring in customers and to bring in drivers. You're going to make 3% on every ride from people you refer. So if you bring in a client and they do a ride with you, you're not going to make 70%, you're going to make 73%. If they do over an $80 ride, you're going to make 83% instead of 80, which is going to offset some of that insurance cost that's going to be done on every ride. But let's say that you have that customer and they do a ride 3%. Let's say that you're going to make 3% every time they do a ride, whether they ride with you or not. So let's say you're in West Palm Beach and you're a driver here where I live, and you get a customer, they register with you, they go back to, let's say, Kansas, where we have a good group of drivers, and they start doing rides in Kansas because they know we have drivers there. Every time that person does a ride in Kansas, while you're here in West Palm Beach, you're going to make 3% of that ride. That's where I'm talking about. You get 3% on every, you don't have to drive to get paid. Same thing on drivers. If you introduce us to a driver, let's say you get a driver, you're in West Palm Beach, but you get a driver started in Pensacola or in Galveston or in Las Vegas when we're opened up there. You're going to make 3% on every single ride that driver does. Now, that's going to start offsetting a lot of costs. You can make up to, listen, some of you are going to have so many drivers and so many customers at some point, you're going to be able to take an extra day off. You're going to be able to spend some more time with your family. Our goal is to give you residual income. And when you're building a relationship with customers where they're coming over and over and over, you're going to get paid. Now, we're also going to have team bonuses. For those of you that want to go out and build a team of people, you're going to go out and you're going to find someone. Maybe you're going to find somebody in Dallas, Texas, who goes out and builds a team of people. You start helping us build teams, you're going to start making bonuses off of that on your second and third levels. Now, incentive trips. You're going to have incentives. We're going to be able to give incentive trips out. We're going to be doing cruises. We're going to be giving time for you to take your family on trips. We're going to have digital rewards. We have our own digital platform, and we are going to be able to give out digital rewards that you're going to be able to use as for rides and things of that nature. I'll give you some real quick income examples. Let's say you as a driver did 10 rides a day at $20. That's $200 a day times 5 days a week. That's $700 in fares. Now, once again, I forgot to make this change, but here, if you're going to make 70% on that $70 or $700, let me do that math real quick. That's $490 you would actually make on the fare income off of that $700. Example 2. Now, I know I did these right. 10 rides at $90 a day, $900 a day times 5 days a week. That's $4,500 in fare times 80%. That's going to be $3,600 in more than fare income in your pocket. So you're going to be able to make that extra money. Now, I'm not going to be able to tell you how many rides you're going to do on a daily basis, but I will tell you this. The more rides you do with REVO, the more you're going to make. The more people that you put into our system, the more loyalty you're going to have, the more you're going to do. So let's just say you could refer 10 active drivers in a month. How many of us think we could find 10 drivers in our area that would like to make extra income, that would like to be able to make passive income at some point, who want to be something different? Now, we're not looking for every driver. I'm not telling you to go out and get every driver because we don't want them. There will come a time where I spend getting drivers out of our business because we're not looking for everyone. I don't want the people that are rude, that don't know how to take care of a customer, that don't know how to keep their car clean, who don't show up on time, who cancel every single ride. Those aren't the people that REVO was built for. REVO was built for those who really work hard. I ride in REVO and Uber cars and Lyft cars all over the world. And I watch how hard these people work, how many hours a day they put into it, and how much time and effort they put into making their business good. I want to reward those people. I want to take care of those people. Revo was built for those type of people. And what if you just referred 10 active clients a month? That's passive income on every single ride they complete. And so we are growing. Training and support are going to be a huge part of what we do. We offer step-by-step training, weekly opportunity calls, private community support groups, and real live human support. That's what I'm offering, guys. We're not perfect. We've been building this for over a year, almost a year and a half now. And every single day, we're getting closer and closer to that point where we take over this market. And we don't need to take over the whole thing. Uber does 25 million rides today. I'll be happy with 24,500,000. I'm just kidding. But I am going to be happy with us going out and building a solid company. And one of the things that I've done is I've waited, I've begged, I've been waiting for the right time to bring this person in. But I started in business when I was 24 years old. I walked into an office. I knew nothing about marketing. I knew nothing about public speaking. I knew nothing about nothing, to be honest with you. I was waiting tables in a country club, and I never thought I would go anywhere in my life. But because I was introduced to some people, and one of the gentlemen is one of those people that I was introduced to 24 years ago. I worked in an office with this gentleman, and I was very blessed and lucky to have daily support, daily training. When I didn't know what I was doing, he helped me become a better speaker. He helped me become a better motivator, a better, he's watched what I've done over the years within business, and I've watched what he's done over the years. And we've always wanted to work together in something. And when it finally came time, when we were ready to bring someone in of his caliber, I went to him. And so I'm going to turn this call over because I want him to take about 5 minutes or so and kind of share his vision of where we're going. He's going to go through the 4 steps of what it takes to get started with us. It's easy. It's simple, but it takes work. It takes dedication. It takes being positive. I don't want any negative. Listen, I know there's a lot of drivers out there that want to get in. They want to see what we're doing, and then they want to nitpick it and tear it apart. And listen, if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to try, but you won't last with us long because we're looking for positive, upbeat, motivated people. And Jerry Brodeur, who I've named as our CEO, is one of the most upbeat, positive people I've ever met in my life. I would say he's leaps and bounds above me when it comes to the positivity, but because of the relationship that we have and because of the timing that we're at, he's agreed to come on and help us. And I'm so excited about that. And I just want to turn it over to him for just a couple of minutes and let him share his thoughts, his ideas, and where he sees us going with Revo. Mr. Brodeur?
Mr. Mikel, thank you very much. And here's the thing about it. When Paul contacted me about this, I've watched Paul's growth over the last 30 years. Okay. And the thing about it is that Paul is a disruptor. He's a disruptor. He saw the industry and what the industry was doing to the average people, the most important people in the company, the frontliners, and us, the drivers. And that's why he's putting out there the pay structure he has. Guys, and understand one thing. There's nothing I can say to get you excited about this or motivated if you don't even appreciate what Paul put together here. You know, Mr. Mikel is a guy who goes out there and he's building something for the average person. Here's the thing. Who do you know who could just want to earn an extra $300 a month to get them out of the financial situation they're in? Who do you know out there would love to do this part-time until they're able to out-earn their full-time income and come and do it full-time? Because here's the beauty of it. Generational wealth. Because with residuals and stuff like that, guys, understand you can start putting that money in the bank. And you know, the average person, Americans today, don't believe in the American dream anymore, or at least younger people. They don't believe they can ever afford to buy a home. What if you could? What if you got into a system that gives you the opportunity to go out there and to earn the income you're worth rather than what somebody else thinks you're worth? And that's what he put together here. This is so simple, not easy. And I'll tell you why it's not easy. The fear people have to talk to people about an opportunity. And all fear is anticipation of pain. You know what's the real pain is? When you're 65 years old and you're broke. I'd be more afraid of that than going out there and chatting with people, because you know what? People are looking for a life vest right now. A lot of people in our society are looking for a life vest, and they're looking for a way to earn extra income. And what if you can introduce somebody like that and start getting a small percentage off of their efforts? And there's a great book called Think and Grow Rich. I'd highly encourage you're reading it. It talks about I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of my own. There's nobody else in the industry, this industry here, who's offering that. Mr. Mikel said we need to do something to help the frontliners. And that's why I created this. And the biggest thing that drew me to this, not only because of my friendship with Mr. Mikel, is because his heart is in the right place. It's not about the wallet. It's about customers experiencing the best ride out there, because we have the best drivers out there who care about the people. And the only reason we do that is because of how Mr. Mikel cares about people. Because he could leave financially right now. He could live just fine financially, but he wants, because, thing about it is the system that he put together, take an average person like ourselves and make an above average income. Why wouldn't you want to take advantage of it? So here's the 4 steps. How simple this is. You need to register with REVO. You must verify your income. So the person, when you introduce somebody to somebody, you give them your code, they put it in there. Guess what? Now they're tracked underneath you. You have the opportunity to earn income off of their efforts. Okay. And then what you need to do is download the REVO app. Once you do that, play around in it. I'm telling you, it's absolutely off the hook. The time, energy, and money that Mr. Mikel has put into this to develop that app. Yes, it took some time, but please understand one thing. Struggle is part of it. Don't skip it, because struggle is going to get to where you want to go. Also, and the next one is, who do you know? Who do you know would like to make a couple extra $100 a week so they can get out of the financial situation, or at least take some of that pressure off? Who do you know who would like to do this full time and go out there and earn a 6-figure year income, not having to work 7 days a week? In the beginning, for sure, you're going to have to, because you're going to have to make up in time and rides that, because you don't have a book of business yet. But you're going to start developing that over a period of time. Not only a book of business and riders, but also other drivers you have the opportunity to earn a percentage of. So who do you know? Write down that list. And you know what? Myself, I'll be here. Paul's way too busy. Mr. Mikel's way too busy, but I'm available. And you can get a hold of me at jerry@revoride.com. And you can leave your questions. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. I'll even talk to potential drivers to help you recruit them. Okay. And then here's the biggest thing. This is the thing that's going to separate us from everybody else out there that Mr. Mikel realized was important, is training. Training is going to be the key to success in anything you do. Most people aren't trained. Okay, we don't have to train you how to drive, because you already know how to drive. You know what we need to train most people on? How to deal with people, how to communicate effectively, and how to connect. See, there's a great book by John Maxwell. Everybody communicates, very few people connect, but you have to learn how to communicate effectively to connect with your customers. And once you do that, now they're not customers. It's a relationship. And that's what this business is really about relationships, if you want to build something for yourself long-term. Guys, in the training, I'm telling you, is going to be absolutely, especially with Mr. Mikel, the growth that he's experienced, as long as I've known him over the decades, has been unbelievable. One of the most impressive and informative and funny guys in front of the room. Because he believes one thing. If he can share his knowledge with people and they go out and apply it, they can earn a substantial income, part-time or full-time. This is where it's at. I'm telling you, he's a disruptor. He's going to get out there and make things happen. We all are. So I appreciate your time. Mr. Mikel, back to you.
No, I'm just kidding. Listen, I appreciate you jumping in there. We just wanted to do a brief corporate overview. This wasn't to convince you to do what we're doing. It's just to kind of give you an idea of where we are at as a company. And listen, we're still growing. We're still getting things perfected, but we're looking for leaders. If you've ever wanted to help build something bigger than yourself, REVO could be it. Because some of you, I know you have got that desire to help customers, that desire to do the right thing, that desire to go out and build something bigger than yourself. And that's why I put REVO together. Not because I needed it, because I wanted to go out and build something bigger than myself. I wanted to build it with positive, upbeat, motivated people. And I know having Jerry and having Evelyn and Pedro and Jeannie and all the people along with Jake and others that are really, really excited about building on the corporate side, we need those in the field who are excited about building this on your side. Those of you that go, hey, you know what? I don't know everything, but I'm willing to jump in. I'm willing to bring people in. I'm willing to say, hey, listen, there can't be any worse than what we're already dealing with, and go out and start building something for yourself, because REVO is yours. REVO's not mine. If REVO goes now at this point, I've laid the foundation. We put the app together. We're going to make it better on a daily basis. But this is about turning it over to the field. We'll help you along the way, but we can't do it for you. And this is only going to thrive if those that are in the field go out and help us build it. So I appreciate Jerry jumping on. You're going to see a lot more of him. You're going to be able to talk to him. I'm not going anywhere. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about having the right team together. And I've always been told being in the right place at the right time is important. But more importantly, you got to take advantage of it. We've built something that's second to none, and we're going to keep building it with or without anyone that's on this call. But I hope you take advantage of this opportunity, and I hope that you are a part of the revolution. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.